And watching last night, I'm not surprised that Minnesota won. I was kind of surprised at Steve Kerr's maybe philosophy, strategy. I think he knew he wasn't going to win the game. I think he wanted to get everybody into the game. And he almost did that in the first quarter. I think he had 11 players in the first quarter get some playing time. I think everybody played last night. I think he's kind of looking to see, and I don't think Steph Curry is going to play. I think the odds are a lot longer than they're letting on. First, it was one game. Now they're going to reassess in a week. And even Steph Curry doesn't sound like he's going to be playing basketball again.
From all that I'm learning about how quickly you can get back, there has to be a healing process that is just the way the body works. You can't accelerate it more than what it's telling you. So it'll be one of those after a week, like really reevaluating every day to kind of understand when it's safe just to even think about playing, let alone like how much can you push it. Starting to feel really, really good about where we were at, and then you kind of get a gut punch like that. I'll do everything in my power to get back as soon as possible.
Yeah, that doesn't sound promising. And I think Steve Kerr knows that. I think Steve Kerr is now going to be searching. What kind of lineup can I put out there? Get my guys a little playing time here because I'm going to have to count on a lot more people than I thought I would. I don't think Steph Curry is going to play. And if he does, I think he'll be very, very limited. You know, it was working with Jimmy Butler. They play really good defense. They played really good defense in that first game. Minnesota came out. They made a statement. Now you go back to Golden State. And I thought if you can split in Golden State and then maybe it's 2-2 and Steph comes back, then you can win this series. But I think the odds are a lot longer than people are leading on. Trying to come back from a hamstring, and Steph has never had the injury before. At least if you've had an injury like that, you know a time frame. He doesn't. And this is going to be one of those day-to-day, game-to-game, but I think Steph Curry's probably done playing basketball this year. And that's a shame because, man, Golden State's tough to watch if Steph's not playing. If I go see the Backstreet Boys, I'd like, to have, is Justin Timberlake Backstreet Boys or is he NSYNC?
NSYNC.
NSYNC. Okay, so if I go NSYNC, I would hope that Justin Timberlake would be there. Who's the main guy in Backstreet Boys?
Yes. All Backstreets.
Oh, so they don't have a main guy.
I got to look.
Todd, don't you know the Backstreet Boys?
Brian Luttrell? Would that be?
Brian Luttrell. Did you just pull that?
AJ McClain? We love AJ.
Okay. All right. So they don't have a main guy. But back to my original point.
Brian Luttrell, perhaps?
But if you're going to go see NSYNC, you hope Justin Timberlake's going to be there. It's tough to watch Golden State because you're really missing one of the more exciting, dynamic, fun players to watch. And I was just watching a bunch of guys out there trying to play basketball, and it wasn't exciting at all. The game wasn't exciting either, but, Golden State without Steph, just talking about the entertainment portion of that, it's a little dry. The understudy is, coming out there for Phantom of the Opera, and you're going, that's not the same. Yes, Eaton.
Sometimes you go see Wu-Tang Clan and Method Man doesn't show up. You're like, dude, this is going to be way too much You God right now. And we want a way more Method Man. This is not great.
Not good. Yeah, Paulie.
To put it in your vernacular, Dan, if you go to see Hamilton on Broadway and Lin-Manuel Miranda's not there, that's the Steph Curry count.
Yeah. So he didn't play and won't be playing. There was also a moment where Draymond Green got another technical, got tangled up with Naz Reid. And, of course, Draymond is really, really good at playing the victim. After he initiates something, creates something, and then he's the victim. So he got another technical. And here's Draymond Green after the game talking about being singled out.
Look like the angry black man. I'm not an angry black man. I'm a very successful, educated black man with a great family. And I'm great at basketball. I'm great at what I do. The agenda to try to keep making me look like an angry black man is crazy. I'm sick of it. It's ridiculous.
Okay, you're embarrassing yourself. You created this, and now you're venting against the people who have employed you, gave you a podcast. You get to work on TNT when your season is over. You've created an image here. You've gotten contract extensions. You can be great at your job. You can be a highly educated basketball player. This isn't about being an angry black man or what is the NBA? 85% African American, and they're going to single you out? No, they single you out because you do stupid things. When you play basketball, that's when you're great. I singled you out a couple of years ago against Boston. Stop doing stupid things, play good basketball. And then he did. And they won a championship. And he's taken the playbook of Dennis Rodman. How do I get attention for a guy who gets 8 points, 7 rebounds, and 6 assists, and a few steals, and plays really good defense? On a team that has Durant or Steph and Clay, and he did it. Congratulations. You're going to have a post-career in broadcasting. But don't do this. You're not the victim here. You do stupid things. You've cost your team before. You'll probably cost your team again. But to single out yourself and say this is all about you? Look at the play. You can Google Draymond Green and you're going to get 10 minutes of stupid plays, cheap shots that you've taken on people. Come on. Here is Steve Kerr talking about Draymond Green.
Yeah, I could see, he had gotten pretty upset, and I just didn't want him to get another technical. So I took him out at that point, and I know he's going to have to be careful now. He's is he 2 techs away?
5 techs and 2 flagrants, and
So
it's 7 and 4.
So
Two
more techs, he'll be suspended.
Or 2 more flagrants, right?
Yeah. So he's going to have to stay composed. Obviously, we need him.
Yes. This is your coach. Your coach is talking about you. This is Groundhog's Day. Every playoff, it feels like we go through this, but now he's the victim, and now there's an agenda against him because he's a black man. I'm sure Rasheed Wallace thought the same way, but Rasheed Wallace brought it on himself. But, if you're a habitual, let's say you get speeding tickets all the time, and you live in a small town, the police are probably going to keep an eye on you because you normally go above the speed limit. Draymond goes above the speed limit. Not a question of if, but when, and the question is, how lenient are the officials going to be? But that's not why you lost, and nobody's singling you out. You want to be singled out. You want attention, and you got it. You've created an image here, a brand, but you can't run away from the brand you created. Yes, Marvin.
He literally punched his own teammate. Among other things that he's done, choked out Rudy Gobert and all this stuff. And the thing is, the term angry black man, no, you're uncontrollable. You are black, but you're uncontrollable sometimes with your antics. And even Steve Kerr and Stephen Curry and Klay Thompson, you can see them rolling their eyes like, we needed to win this game. And they need him. He's super important to their dynasty.
Especially in this series with no Steph Curry. And look, when he plays basketball with an extremely high IQ. But then he dumbs himself down, which I don't understand. Rodman, to me, was one of the smartest basketball players I've ever seen. Like he studied his opponent. He knew how to get into your head. But he didn't get to the point where he's throwing elbows or punching teammates. He was just an unbelievable professional nuisance. And he created a brand. He created an image. He wanted to bait you into doing something stupid. Draymond does something stupid on his own. Naz Reid didn't bait him. Draymond created all of it. And that's the unfortunate part. There's a lot of racism. There's a lot of people who are singled out. How about we use those moments for the real things that are important? Not Draymond Green is an angry black man and all of a sudden he's being singled out. He just embarrasses himself. He really does.